shall we start?
Yes, sir, we can start.
Yeah. Good morning, members, and welcome to the 34th Study Circle meeting of Borivali Central CP Study Circle on a topic of productivity tool for CAs and various apps by none other than CA Yadi Tantraji. Before we start, let us raise for our institute motto with the code of ethics.
य एषः सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एषः सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता
Welcome back, members. Members, you will agree that our study circle has constantly taken up the technology aspect, right from the having seminar on Excel, then on Tally, then on the social media. Now they have come to the productivity tools. We have to actually thank our conveners for arranging such a topic every month on one of the technical aspects. Today we have on productivity tools and what are the various apps applicable for the chartered accountant, which will definitely help us in reducing your time in most effective and efficient manner. Today we have a speaker, CA Yadit Tantraji, who will be taking on the subject. So now I request Ravi Soni, our core group member, to introduce him.
Thank you, Vijay sir. It is my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, CSD Chandra sir. Sir is a chartered accountant by training, computer consultant by profession, entrepreneur developer by hobby, and trainer in his leisure time. On the governing body of Patek Education Trust, which cater to more than 4,500 students from nursery to become Vice Chairman and Chairman of IT Committee of Journalism Cooperative Bank Limited, Global Vice President and Technical Chair of World Journalism Chamber of Commerce, writes a regular column on Android app for efficiency at workplace for Money Life magazine, Bombay Chartered Accountant Journal, Paschim, a magazine by CI Western Region, Parsi Time Mumbai, run a medium-sized computer company online for the last 27 years, developing website, portal, payment gateway, sales and services of the computer hardware. So at BCSE, we have a policy that we donate ₹5,000 to CABF fund on behalf of the speaker. So we have donated ₹500 to CABF fund on behalf of CA Yasdi Tantra sir. So now I request CA Yasdi Tantra sir to start the session.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Magic Show. I call it the Magic Show because we are going to have fun, and this is not a tech session, but it is a fun session. When the sponsors came to me first time and they said we want a tech session, I said I don't want to bore the people again and again with the same old things, Tally and Excel and all. So why not do something which is magic, and the magic is right in your hands. So you will be able to enjoy the show. A magician never shows his tricks, but then I will be showing you some tricks so that you become powerful in whatever you do. Our mantra always is knowing is not doing, but doing is doing. So you have to practice, practice and practice all the time. Unless you practice whatever we talk about, we will not go too far. So a couple of basic ground rules. Chartered accountants are very hardworking, but tech people are very lazy. That's why I became a tech person from a chartered accountant over a period of time. So we are very lazy. So if I can do something with one click, I will not put 2 clicks. If I can do something sitting in my chair, I will not touch the keyboard, etc., etc. So as we move along, you will see that some of the shortcuts and some of the tricks that we are having will allow us to get lazy so that we can do more in our spare time. Regarding questions, if anybody has questions as we move along, you can just type them out in the Q&A, and I will be happy to answer the questions as we move along rather than wait till the end. Of course, at the end also, if you want to ask some questions specifically, I can take questions at the end also. So with these basic ground rules, let us get started. So everybody has used Google. I'm sure everybody has used Google sometime or the other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is Google exactly? Can somebody just give me a quick response? Yes. Can I see some answers in the chat box? Or somewhere I must see some answers. I need you to interact. Yeah, Google is a search engine. Anything else? everybody knows Google is a search engine. Obviously, without Google, we would not exist on the net. But that is a platform for all knowledge. Yes, search for apps. You can search whatever you want, correct? So let's see what all tricks we can do with Google. Actually, I have a full session on Google which goes for 2 hours. But just now we'll take up only 2-3 tricks which are very simple but which are little less known. Many of you might be using it, but so I will just share my screen and get to sorry, not this one. Just one second. Okay, so when you go to Google, what happens? You get a very simple screen like this, right? Which allows you to search in a very minimalistic way, right? Are you able to see my screen, please?
You're not able to see.
One second, one second. Can you see the screen now?
No, sir.
I don't know why you're not able to see the screen.
Has started sharing screen, but is not share, it is not been able to see.
Sir, you share the full screen.
Yeah,
Now it is seen.
Now it's visible.
you can see the Google screen.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Google is a search engine. It is a storehouse of all knowledge. It is an encyclopedia, etc., etc. What is the tool that chartered accountants use the most? Yes. Any thoughts? Maximum use people use is a calculator, right? So let us see what Google can do as far as being a calculator is concerned. So if I say 12% of 5,000, oh, sorry. So Google gives me an answer and it also shows me a calculator. So it knows that I am using a calculation. So apart from being a search engine, Google is also a calculator. It's a very simple thing. You just type whatever you want to do, plus, minus, multiply, divide, whatever you want to do. So suppose you say okay, so it shows you the history also and it shows you the final figure also. And of course, if you have a touch screen, you can straight away use the calculator directly from here. Are we clear? So again, because the techies are lazy, what they do is they don't actually pick up the calculator or go to a calculator app, open that app and then start doing it. You just type it in Google. Okay. So this is the first simplest way of using Google as a calculator. Now we are further lazy, so we don't even want to type. So I will say 50% of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The answer is 6,172.5.
Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in Google, you have a search by voice. There is a microphone out here. If you can notice where my cursor is. So if you click on that, you can straight away speak out the commands. So whatever, even for your normal search, you can speak out the commands and you can get the answer immediately. 20% of 2,366. Okay, sometimes the 1000, etc., it's not listening. 20% of 2366.
These pictures should match.
20% of 2366.
The answer is 473.2.
Okay, so it is very simple. You just click the microphone button and you will get the answers right away. If you want to do summation, plus, minus, multiply, divide, everything is straight away out here. So Google is also a calculator, which is very simple to access and use. If you are going out for a flight, or if you are going to receive somebody for a from a flight, how do you go and find the situation or the status of a flight? You have to go to an app. Maybe there are lots and lots of apps, flight stats, etc., etc. So it is very simple. You go to the app and you start. But Google makes it simpler still. If you have a flight number, you just give the flight number. AI 301.
Air India 301 from Sydney to New Delhi has landed.
Okay, it is as simple as that. If the flight is on the way, then this picture of the airplane will be somewhere here, 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 anywhere on the screen. Anybody else wants to try any other flight? If you know the flight number, can you just give me a flight number? People always want to verify whatever I'm saying. They don't accept it so easily. So any other flight number anybody knows? Any thoughts? Quickly, quickly. No trains so far, because trains are available online now, but at least Google does not handle trains in India so far. But very soon you should be able to get it. Yeah, 6E495. So you'll have 6E495. Okay, it is on the way. It is from Mumbai to Chandigarh. It is delayed. It was to start at 9 o'clock today. It has started at 9:31 and it is going to arrive at 11:41 instead of 11:20. It's very simple. You just put the flight number and you get the answer. Now, isn't this cool? Because otherwise you have to go to an app. Again, as I said, we are talking about being lazy. So you can just put the flight number and straight away get the answers. Very simple. So no need to go to an app, no need to go to a website which gives you flight stats, etc. Google automatically picks it up and gives it to you in less than a second. If you see, it took 0.37 seconds to give you the answer. Okay. So Google also will give you the flight stats. Of course, if you want to go to a place, Google is the best support. So let me see. Where is the Prince of Wales Museum?
According to Wikipedia, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya is the main museum in Mumbai, Maharashtra.
Okay, so it's very simple. I just said where is Prince of Wales Museum. Google also knew that the name has changed to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya, and it has given me the answer along with the photograph, etc., etc. But let us see now, how can I have a conversation with Google? Observe carefully what I am saying and how it responds. Where is Prince of Wales Museum?
According to Wikipedia, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya is the main museum in Mumbai, Maharashtra.
When was it established?
The 10th of January 1922.
How do I get there?
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya is 1 hour and 11 minutes from your location by car in heavy traffic. Here are your directions.
Can you see how easy it is? It is really very simple to have a conversation with Google. My first question was, where is Prince of Wales Museum? It found out that the name has changed and it gave you the correct name. Then I said, when was it established? I did not have to repeat Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya. Okay, so automatically it knew that I was talking about the Prince of Wales Museum. So it told me when it was established and how do I get there. It gave me a quick answer, gave me the map. If I click on the map or if I am on the mobile phone, automatically it will start navigation also straight away. So this is a very powerful way of interacting with Google. Okay. So this is the second part, or rather the third part. And the fourth part, let me see if I can, in the days of lockdown, this is a fun stuff. Suppose everybody has difficulty in cooking. I hope you are not cooking in the lockdown period. Or how many of you are cooking? Apart from helping in the household, how many of you have started cooking? So if you need a recipe, what happens is you go to the fridge, you open the fridge and find tomatoes, potatoes and cheese. So now what do you cook? So you tell Google tomatoes, potatoes, cheese.
Okay, here are some recipes.
I did not ask anything. I did not ask for a recipe. I just named the ingredients. Can you see how powerful this is? You just name the ingredients and it gives you the recipes for these three ingredients. You can name any ingredient and it will give you. Anyone wants to try anything else? How to correct grammar? Yes, there are various ways of doing it, but it is not on our radar today. So this is very simple. You just name the ingredients and you will get the answer to the recipe of what you are looking for. As I said, like Google itself takes about 2 hours and we have hundreds of tips that we can do. I will share with you my YouTube channel so that you can go to my YouTube channel and look up our past sessions. At the end of the session, I will just put it up so that you can get it. So now you know that Google is not just a search engine. You can do lots and lots of things. There are books written on what Google can do and how you can use it. So people only think of it as a search engine, as an encyclopedia, but this has lots more to do with Google. So that is one thing. Now let us go to the next thing. Everybody knows how to install an extension in Chrome. Does everybody know, or you need help? Are you able to see my screen now? A blank screen?
No, sir.
No. Okay, I'll have to share again. Now?
A blank visible is saying Google.
Sorry? Yeah, a blank Google screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So everybody knows how to install extensions in Chrome. Chrome is one of the highest used browsers in the world today. More than 60-70% of the people use Chrome, and it is very useful because you have an option to add any number of extensions to Chrome which do a whole lot of things. The first one that we will see is how to make shortcuts in Chrome. So how do we install a extension in Chrome? What we will do is just type the name of the extension. So I am talking about an extension called ProKeys. So I will type ProKeys Chrome extension. Okay, very simple. And if you click on the first option that you get, go there, and in my case it is already installed, so it will give me the option to remove from Chrome. In your case, if you have not installed it, you can just say install it for Chrome. And once you install it, you will get this sort of a, on the top right, you will get that K button. Okay, that means it is installed properly. Now what you can do with ProKeys is very simple. If this is the only thing that you will take away from this webinar today, this is going to save you tons and tons of time. So a lot of times we have a situation where we have to write the same text again and again. Okay, so the first sentence in your mail, what do you say? Thank you for your email. But I am so lazy, I just say TY, that is thank you, and press the hotkey. When I press the hotkey, it automatically types whatever I have defined for it. Okay, are we clear on this? So I will show you exactly how to do all this. First, understand what I am doing. So I am just typing the keyword, that is TY, that is thank you for your email. The shortcut key or the hotkey for this is shift and space. So I am pressing shift and space after I press TY. Okay, so I am saying TY, shift and space, and I am getting this. Now there could be a long thing, there could be a short thing, it could be anything. I will show you how to define it also. Can you see the extension sitting on top here on the top right, K? This is the extension for ProKeys. And you can define any number of shortcuts. A lot of times people ask me, what is your office address? And I have to reply by email, correct? So I'll just type office and press the hotkey. Can you see how instant it is? So I have defined my office address by one keyword, that is office, and then I said shift and space, and my entire address is given here. You can use it for various things. Like what you can do is you can even say, suppose you get a lot of mails during Diwali and New Year, etc. So every time you have to respond because it does not look good if you don't respond to the email, correct? So what you do is you say, whenever I am getting a mail which says Diwali greetings to you, etc., etc., I have to reciprocate. So I say R for reciprocate, and press my hotkey shift and space. Now see, I have made a generic response. Hi, thank you for your good wishes, which we all heartily reciprocate. And my signature is always there. So I just send it. See how easy it becomes. You can put any text as your shortcut, and you can put any text as your detailed response. So are we clear on this? I will now show you how to do it. So if you want to create a shortcut, you go to this, on the top the extension is there, K, that is for ProKeys. So you click on that, and I have made so many extensions. Okay, so I normally write for certain magazines. So what I do is, whenever I have to send the write-up, whether it is BCA Journal, whether it is Money Life, whatever. So I have a shortcut fee for Money Life, ML. Okay, so I say shift and space. So I am saying, hi, I am enclosing here with my contribution for the next issue, kindly acknowledge receipt. Very simple, but why do I type again and again the same text? You understand this? So how do I create a shortcut, and how do I enable it. So I go to Pro Keys, I go click here, it takes me to this. There is a small icon here for create a new shortcut, add a new snippet. So here I will say whatever, anybody wants to suggest any shortcut? Anybody wants to suggest something? Okay, one major problem is pending bills. So I'll say PB, pending bills. Dear sir, we wish to bring to your notice that there are many pending bills from your end. Kindly arrange to clear them as soon as possible. Okay, so this is my new snippet. What is it called? PB. I okay it is there. I go back to my Gmail, I say PB and shift and space, the entire text comes immediately. So you could do it for anything. You could do it for your home address, office address, pending bills, reciprocation, whatever you use regularly, which is generic. Okay, there is nothing specific in this. It is very generic. So anything that you want to do. Now, for example, I have a lot of Zoom sessions. So I have created a shortcut because every time I don't want to enter my, so I just say here's the Zoom and shift and space. So I give my Zoom link immediately like this. Very simple. Or I have my YouTube link. So I have here's the YouTube, YY, shift and space. YouTube link is, sorry, this I made a mistake. I should not have said Zoom. It should be YouTube link. But this is my YouTube link. Can you see how simple it is? You can create as many shortcuts as you want. There are certain limitations. Beyond a certain stage, they will ask you to pay for something, but up to about 10-15 is free. And always, if you make too many shortcuts, then you will not remember what is the shortcut you have made. So it may be a little counterproductive, but make the shortcuts for something which you do on a daily basis. Isn't this cool? This is really cool. I enjoy this and I use it all the time. Whether it is, if you can see, I just share with you whatever I have created. So I have this. Please send in your payment immediately. Best wishes. So this is something which I do for others. So I say thank you for the wonderful, well-coordinated, informative and inspiring webinar. The recording has been uploaded on so and so place. Okay. You can even create short signatures because Google allows you, Gmail allows you to create one signature at a time, correct? So here you can have multiple signatures. So I am also the vice chairman of Zoroastrian Bank. So if I type some mail and I want to sign it as vice chairman, I just put vice chairman and shift space and this becomes my signature. I can just go and delete my regular signature and that is it. So you can create multiple signatures. No, this is an extension which works on Chrome. So if you are using Chrome, then it works in anything that you use on Chrome. Yes, you can use it on Yahoo Mail also. Anything that works on Chrome. So even if you are having WhatsApp on the web and you want to type out something straight away, if it is on Chrome, definitely it will work in any place. Okay. This is the beauty of having a shortcut. This is really cool and this will save you tons and tons of hours because the routine thing is like you go on typing and it doesn't really make sense to type again and again the same thing. Okay. So this is very, very cool. The extension is called Pro Keys. Once you install it, then automatically it will give you the interface and you can some samples are already given, so you can or like I have also, like if I write to my kids, I don't want to give the same. So I write a mail to my kids and I have a different signature. So I put as love dad. Okay, so I just quickly put it. So I can have multiple signatures depending on the number of caps that you wear. I wear a lot of caps. So I create multiple signatures in ProKeys. Okay. Are we okay with this? Any questions here? No, you can't use it for Outlook for the simple reason because Outlook is not running in Chrome. But if you are using Live, if you are using live.com or outlook.com on Chrome, yes, you can use it. Okay, so that is one very interesting part. This is a Chrome extension. It is not a Gmail extension. Remember this. It is a Chrome extension. But Gmail has so much to offer that the earlier you shift to Gmail, the better it is for you. Maybe some other time we'll do a session, entire session on Gmail itself, which again can be a 1.5 to 2 hour session where you can learn lots of tricks on Gmail. So ProKeys is a very simple extension which helps you give shortcuts for your, and you can have an entire para, you can have 2 paras, whatever the length, and you can do formatting also. If you noticed here, you can do formatting also. So let me see if I want to edit this. I will say this is the YouTube link. So this is the mistake that I had. And suppose I want to put this in bold or italics or anything, you can just go and make changes here. You can say go for style text box and you can say I want to make this bold, I want to put italics, I want to put underline, color, size of the font, etc., etc. All the formatting also is possible straight away here. Okay, so once I save this, now I say my YouTube link, you see the actual link has come in bold. So anything that you use on Chrome, you can use this extension. These extensions are, this is an extension which you can use straight away on Chrome. Another interesting extension, do you have any questions here now? Or shall we move ahead?
You can move ahead.
Okay. Now, there is another extension which makes us very, very lazy, and that is called dictation for Gmail. Again, the same way, you go to Google and type dictation for Gmail Chrome extension out here, install it, and once you have installed it, when you go to Gmail and you have your compose window, now this is only for Gmail, it is not for any other mails, okay? So what you can do is, you see this next to send, you have one microphone that has come. Can you see that? In the bottom left. Okay? Just give me a yes or no quickly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can see this
Yes, yes.
microphone?
Yes.
Okay. So now when you are in Gmail and you are composing a message, you can actually dictate a message. You don't have to type. Okay. So let me just see if I can dictate something and see how beautifully it works. So it doesn't come on top as an extension. It comes within Gmail. When you go to your compose window, it comes as a icon here. So let me just try. Once I click on this, whatever I say will get typed. Okay. Let us go ahead with this deal as fast as possible since we have very little time, full stop. We need to leave early so that we can reach on time, full stop. Now, isn't this cool? It is taking dictation directly. You don't have to type it and it is extremely fast. You can see Google is converting the voice into text. anything that you say will be automatically typed. So now you can dispense with your secretary if you have one, and you can straight away start dictating. But this is not all. What it also does is you can dictate in any language. Can you see this language icon on the next? So you can say Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, whatever. So let us see if we can do something in Hindi. I'll just click this. Now you can see here it is HI. That means it is Hindi. मैं अब बाहर जा रहा हूं. आप मेरे साथ चलोगे? See how simple it is and how powerful it is. It will directly type whatever you are saying in whatever language you want. They have got some 130 languages which you can select from. Normally we try to take English India so that our accent is automatically understood, but you can type in any language. Of course you should know the language, otherwise you will not be able to. But this is really, this will not work for any other mail. Obviously this is dictation for Gmail. The extension name is dictation for Gmail. Once you install it, you can see the amount of languages. You have Chinese, you have Japanese, you have Malay, Svenska, Tanzania, Kenya, etc., etc. For all practical purposes, it is any language you can type in, because you may know not more than 3 or 4 languages. Very powerful and very strong. And you can do hazard things within this also. You can go and put punctuations, you can do backspace, delete, etc., etc. It's very powerful.
So this command is not showing in my Compose email.
No, it will not show. You have to install the extension first.
What the install name called as what?
It is called dictation for Gmail. Once
Dictation
you install
for-
it, yeah. Once
Dictation
you
for-
install that, then automatically this will come.
Okay, sir.
And the next one. Okay. It's a 2-minute job. You just say extension, Chrome extension dictation for Gmail, and you will find it on Google. Once you find it, you install it, and then you have to restart Gmail, and it will show you down there. So very useful and very powerful. You can dictate all your messages without typing a word, without touching the keyboard. So this is again very useful and very powerful. Okay, so Pro Keys and dictation for Gmail are two things which are very useful as far as not touching the keyboard or touching the keyboard for a minimal time is concerned. You have a shortcut, you have oral dictation, etc., etc. Okay, so shall we move ahead? Okay, so next thing is translation. Google does translation very well. Now translation, you know, we get lots and lots of stuff on. Okay, somebody has a question. 1 second. Do we have to install it from Gmail interface? No. Automatically, see, when you are typing this, for example, you are saying dictation for Gmail Chrome extension. Okay, when you type this dictation for Gmail, you'll get a link. Click on this, you'll get a box like this. I have already installed it, so I am getting it as remove from Chrome. If you have not installed it, it will say install. So the minute you install it, restart Gmail, and you will get this particular box down below. Okay, it's as simple as that. No, it will not work in Outlook. It will not work in Outlook. The title itself is very clear, dictation for Gmail. Okay, so it works only in Gmail, but you have to install it once in Chrome, and then it will automatically show up. Normally all extensions show up on the top right, but in this case, because it is for Gmail, whenever you go to the compose window, you will see that particular microphone. Okay, I'll just remove all these, and now we again get a blank screen. Everybody is seeing a blank screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we have some fun with translation. Now translation, you will say, I don't deal with foreigners, I don't deal with XYZ. But translation is very important because normally these days all government correspondence will come to you in the state, in the language of the state in which you are. So if you are in Karnataka, you might get a correspondence in Kannada. If you are in Bombay, you will get a correspondence in Marathi. And if you of course have foreign collaborations, you will get correspondence in the language of their choice, maybe. So what Google offers us is a very, very powerful translation utility. So you simply go to translate.google.com. Okay, the site name is very simple, translate.google.com. Okay, and this is the interface that you will have. Now if you see the interface, it is very simple. It says text or documents, and then auto detect language. So if you detect that, it will detect the language automatically and give you the translation automatically. So the simplest is you type it, I am going out tomorrow and will be unable to attend the meeting. Okay. Now which language you want to translate it to? So suppose I take Hindi. Can you see this? मैं कल बाहर जा रहा हूँ और बैठक में शामिल नहीं हो पाऊंगा. Very शुद्ध हिंदी.
मैं कल बाहर जा रहा हूँ और बैठक में शामिल नहीं हो पाऊंगा.
Okay, so this is very simple but very powerful. Again, you can put any phrase here and you can get a translation instantly in any language of your choice. If you want to see it in French,
Je sors demain et je ne pourrai pas assister à la réunion.
a lot of people are doing, see these languages, the number of languages that you can see. So maybe I want to, a lot of people are dealing with Chinese people. So
我明天出去，将无法参加会议。
okay, so whoever you are dealing with, whoever you are corresponding with, you can straight away type an entire document here and you can get a translation in any language of your choice. Let us see, do we have Marathi here? Yes, we have Marathi here.
मी उद्या बाहेर जात आहे आणि मी सभेला येऊ शकणार नाही.
Okay, or you can even try Hindi. Hindi though we tried, maybe some people might like Gujarati.
Tamil, sir.
હું આવતીકાલે બહાર જાઉં છું અને મીટિંગમાં ભાગ લઈ શકશે નહીં.
Perfect. So this is very simple. Just type an entire document here or just paste. If you have a Word document, you can just paste that document here and you'll get the entire translation here. So this is very, very useful, instant and perfect. 99% I would say it is perfect. Sometimes some critical phrases, grammatical issues may be there, but 99% it will be perfect. And you can translate from any language to any language. You can start with Hindi and translate it into English. You can start with English and translate it into any other language. So this is a very, very simple thing. Now what happened is the other day, somebody sent me a website. Yes, you can do it reverse. Documents received in other language and want to translate into English. Yes, you can do that. I will show you that also. It is very simple. But let us finish this part. Now, for example, if you are having a website in a different language, the other day somebody sent me a website which looked like this. He sent me something on religion, but it could be on any other thing. So he says, I have written a book and I want you to go through the book. So I said, show me the website. So he gave me a website. So he sent me a website and it looked something like this. Now what will I understand? Will any of you understand Russian? You can't understand Russian. Okay. So what I did was I came to Google Translate. Again, I just pasted the link of the website. And I said, I want to read this in English. Okay. And then I clicked on this link. Now what happened is he converted the entire website from Russian to English. I did not even know what language it was. I never said what language it is, correct? I just pasted the link and everything now I got in English. Again, this is very powerful and very useful because the minute I type a website, so then it becomes very easy for me to look up. Na? And this I can straight away copy it and paste it in email or WhatsApp or whatever and send it to anyone that I want. Okay. So this is very simple to handle. Are we clear on this translation of an entire website?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I went to a Japanese website on accountants. So let me see if I can show you that. So they have a lot of things. Now I cannot read a single thing out of this. Can you read something? This is the Japanese Institute of Certified Public Accountants. This is like your Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. This is the Japanese Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Okay. So you have this website. You can't read a thing, can't understand a thing. So what I do, I just copy this link, paste it here. I don't know whether it is Japanese or Chinese or whatever. So I just pasted this on the left. I said detect language and click on this. And wow, the whole thing comes to me in English. Can you see the titles are in English? This is in English. Can you see the entire website is converted to English? And now I can access the entire website very easily. I don't have to go for any translation. Okay, they've got a Facebook page, they've got a Twitter page, etc., etc. And on the side also, all these links are all now in English instead of in Japanese. Isn't this cool? Anything, anywhere, whether it is a document, whether it is a website, whether it is a single phrase, whatever you have, you can straight away translate it. You just paste the website link and then come here and say, go to the website, or you can share it, or you can copy it, or whatever. So you can copy the link and therefore this whole thing will be automatically converted in a language of your choice. If you want to see the same website in Gujarati, okay, so now you can see all the titles are in Gujarati, all the text in Gujarati or Hindi or whatever language you want. The logic is very simple. Are we clear on this? Any questions? You have a document in Marathi, how to translate the full document in English? That's what I'm saying, that you paste the document out here, entire document, and you can automatically translate it into English. Okay, just 1 second. I will take your, see the previous questions, I will take it together because then we don't want to jump from the topic. This dictation thing, I will take it a little later. Okay, just now we are into translation. So I will address this. I'll keep this pending and we can do it during the question answer session. Now, a lot of people say that we want to convert documents from a particular language to another language. So what we have as far as Google is concerned, people use Google Drive. Does anybody use Google Drive? So I have, say, a document which is in my drive. So let me see how easy it is to convert documents. So I will say Mumbai University. Okay, that day somebody from a college came and said, boss, this is a very big thing. I get all my exam circulars in Marathi, and when I get it in Marathi, what I have to do? I have to send this out for translation. So I uploaded it to my Google Docs and opened it in Google Docs. Now this is a PDF file. So I opened it in Google Docs and it converted it to text. And now I will say I want to translate this into Hindi. So what do? I go to Tools, Translate Document, choose a language. So I'll choose English. I don't know whether this is in Marathi or Hindi. I don't know. So I just say translate and then start praying that it will translate. Okay. Now what happens is it translates the document and gives it to you in an instant. Oh, no, it did not translate. Go down and the entire document is in English now. Can you see? Very, very useful. And very nicely translated. Very nicely translated. I had one chartered accountant friend who sent me several letters in Hindi or Marathi, I don't know what. I don't care also whether it is in Hindi or Marathi. I just go to Tools, I say Translate Document, choose a language, English, translate. Okay, now the entire document is in English. Very, very powerful and instant. That is the beauty of this. It is instant. You don't have to go and pay somebody. Forget the payment. Imagine the time that you take to get a document translated. That guy is busy. Today is Sunday. Today is a holiday, etc., etc. And the language also, see, the language is also pretty clear. So you don't have to worry about this at all. So in Google Docs, you go to Tools, you open the document, whatever the language, you open the document, go to Tools and say Translate Document, choose the language of your choice, and immediately you will get. So if you are getting a correspondence in Malayalam, you are getting a correspondence in Bangla, you will get a correspondence in Punjabi, just push it to Google Docs, open the document in Google Docs and just say Translate Document, and straight away it will translate it for you. Isn't this cool now? All your documents you can straight away translate instantly. Yes? Any? Of course, once it is translated, you get a text file. You can download it as Word. You can modify it. You can modify it in Word. You can modify it in Google Docs. Everything. Yes, you can translate PDF or scanned files. That is image files you are meaning. So you can translate PDF or scanned files. Only thing, when you go to Google Docs, you have to open it as a document and not as a PDF or a image. Once you open it as a document, it converts it into text and then you can translate it. It's very simple. You can modify it, definitely you can modify it, because once it is in Word format, it is in doc format, you can modify it. Can you translate spoken words also? Okay, let us try. Translate by voice. Can you see this option here? I am going out. Sorry. I am going out tomorrow morning and will not be able to attend the meeting.
હું કાલે સવારે બહાર જઈ રહ્યો છું અને મીટિંગમાં ભાગ લઈ શકશે નહીં.
You want to see it in Marathi?
मी उद्या सकाळी बाहेर जात आहे आणि मी सभेला येऊ शकणार नाही.
Okay, it is spoken words also can be translated. This is very, very useful if you are traveling in a place where, this keeps on translating. This is very useful if you are traveling to a place where you don't understand the language. You have to tell the taxi wala. You can have the Google Translate app on your phone, and straight away you can speak it in a particular language and it will be translated. Suppose you are visiting China. Okay, so you are visiting China. I want to go to Times Square. I want to go to Times Square.
我想去时代广场。
Okay, it is very simple. The taxi wala will understand what you are trying to say and instantly take you to a place of your choice. Very, very useful. No problem. Spoken words are no problem. Any other questions on translation? If you are visiting France, you can use it in French, whatever the language you want. Google Translate is a very, very powerful tool. Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, for example,
Yeah.
if you are converting the partnership deed into
Yes.
into JPG or into PDF,
Okay.
and if you are uploading the Google Drive,
Yeah.
then can it be transferred in Marathi language?
Oh yes. Oh yes. It can be. So
Okay.
when you are in Google Drive, you open the document as a Google Doc and not as a Drive document.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So when you are in Google Drive, so whatever, whenever, suppose, like, let us see if we can find that same document. So here you have this letter which is in Marathi. You right click it and say open with Google
Mhm.
Docs. Okay.
Okay.
If you open it as doc, then automatically it will convert it into text in that language, and then you can say translate. Okay. So
Okay.
even if it is a JPG,
Mhm.
suppose let me see if I can show you a JPG also. Okay, here it allows me photos and images. Okay. So now these are some JPGs. Okay, this is a JPG, Mumbai University Circular, correct?
Okay.
Now I'll say open with Google Docs. So the JPG, that is, you have taken a photograph, correct? On your phone or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You have taken a photograph, it is a JPG, but now it automatically converts it into text. Now this is the actual original JPG. If you go down, this is the actual text document.
Mhm.
And this can be automatically translated. You can just say tools, translate, and it will be translated automatically. It's very, very powerful, very flexible and instant.
Okay.
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 Any other questions? So it can be JPG, it can be PDF, it can be anything. See this now, this is an interesting thing. This is a JPG of some tombstone. Okay. It is a picture. I'll say open it with Google Docs. Something is written here in Gujarati. I did not understand what is written. Okay. Can you see this? It's very hazy and very difficult to understand. But see how automatically, now this is text which is editable. Okay. When you see this, there's Gujarati, there's English. So I just opened the JPG in Google Docs and both the Gujarati translation and the English translation have come automatically. I have not done anything. It is just converting the image into text. Very, very useful. Can we convert table in PDF to Excel in similar way? Yes, we will cover that also. Just now, I hope we have enough time because this is an interesting thing. Yes, we will do it. Okay, the earlier question regarding installation of dictation for Gmail but not able to start, error comes, allow microphones access to use email dictation. So you should say yes, allow. Obviously, if you don't allow the microphone, how will Google hear you? Google को सुनना है ना पहले before it translates. So the answer is you have to enable the translation. And oh, you have already allowed it, then maybe once you will have to restart your machine and check, because this is something which I cannot answer right away, because if there is some problem with your microphone, if your microphone is defective, you may have to have an external microphone, etc., etc. So that is something which is an individual issue. We may not be able to handle it here. Okay, so Translate is very useful because, as somebody mentioned just now, that there are partnership deeds which come in Marathi or which you have to deliver in Marathi. So the entire deed, you can just take a photograph, push it to Google Docs, say translate, and get the entire thing in Marathi. As I said, once in a while, maybe 5-10% of the situations, there might be some grammatical errors, especially in technical documents or commercial documents. So you will have to take care of that. Give it to somebody who understands Marathi and see if it reads smoothly. 90% of the time, it will read smoothly. So a whole lot of stuff is eliminated. Okay, any more questions? Can you translate annual report of the company? Annual report of the company, if it is available in PDF form, straight away upload it to Google Drive and say translate, and that is the end of the story. You'll get the entire annual report. But see, lots of times when documents are heavily formatted, especially when annual reports, etc., it becomes difficult. So there could be glitches. I am not saying that it will be seamless or 100% accurate in the first shot. You may have to make some modifications. But we'll see certain things now which you will enjoy as accountants, and you'll see what the power of these tools is. Okay, any other questions right now before we proceed to a few apps? We will do only 2 apps. We may not have time for many more, but these 2 apps will be covering a whole lot of things which might be interesting and useful. Okay, so I will just stop the sharing and I will now share my phone screen with you. Okay, just give me a yes if you can see my phone screen.
Yes, we can see, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one second. Huh? Can you see my phone screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is my phone screen. This is how I use my phone. There is an app called Google Lens. I don't know how many of you have used it, but it is a very, very powerful app. So Google is a search engine, we said. So I have a group called Google and it is called Google Lens. Can you see the lens icon? If you go to Google also, you will find the lens icon. So what Google Lens does is allows you to search what you see. So simply, I will just fire it and it opens up my camera. Okay. Now I am going to a book. This is a book that is there. It says tap the shutter button to search. So I'll search this. Now it has identified what book this is. Talk Like TED. 92% of the people like this book. you have a quick review. You can get the book on Google Play Books or on Kobo, or you can go to Amazon and buy it.
Sir, only
you see-
plain blank screen is coming of your phone. Nothing else.
Sorry?
Only blank screen is coming.
Blank screen is coming. You can't
Yeah,
see
this
full
answer
screen.
is not coming.
Can you see my phone screen now?
Phone screen is there, but nothing. Whatever you have searched, it is not coming.
It's not moving, sir.
Can you see the camera open?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, you can't see it.
No, no.
I'm surprised why you cannot see it. Because this is very, very simple to search. You can't see the camera contents.
No, sir.
No.
Can you see the text down below, whatever I'm scrolling down?
No, sir.
Sir, you share the full screen, sir.
No, I have shared the full screen.
Hmm.
1 second, again, once. Oh, I'm sorry. It says it is not shared. 1 second, 1 second. One second. Huh? Now, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can see the full screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I did was, I just pointed my camera to this particular book, and I tapped. Now you can see the text down below.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
A powerful guide to public speaking based on scientific analysis, etc. How do I get the book? I can get it on Google Play Books or on Kobo, or I can buy it on Amazon. Can you see the Amazon also?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now I want to see book review, a preview. So I just say preview, and now I can see, if I say preview, it shows me the first few pages of the book. One sec. So it shows me the first few pages of the book, whatever book I picked up, what are the contents, so I know what all is there in the book. Maybe first 7-8 pages of the book it will show me. Okay, and then it will say, okay, free mein itna inch milega. Okay, so you can't read the entire book. So it says some pages are omitted from this book preview, and if I want to get the book, I can buy it straight away online. Now, can you see how powerful this is? I did not do anything. I just opened Google Lens and I took a photo of the cover of the book. That's all I did. I can see more by the author, this particular author, what all he has written. So he has written so many other books. So I can see those other books. I can get the book directly, or I can even read the reviews of the book. There is an option called reviews on the right. So you can see all the reviews of the book. Very, very simple, but very powerful. Did you get this now? What I did is I just fired Google Lens and looked up the title of the book, or rather the cover page, and it showed me the entire book straight away. Isn't this cool? So let me try something else. I found these results useful. Now I am having another book by Urjit Patel, a recent book. Let me see if I can find it. See, this book is very badly drafted, but then I can see the minute I say tap on this, again the same thing. Reviews, get the book, and you can see a preview of this. You can see the topics, what he has covered in this particular book. You can read the preface. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
if you want to buy the book straight away, you can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it on Flipkart, wherever you want to buy it. You can just click on it and just go and buy it. There is some reviews, there is some story, etc., on this book. Very, very useful and very powerful. So I just did not do anything. I did not say it is a book. I did not say it is by X or Y. I just clicked the book. Okay, now what else I can do with Google Lens? Now, as far as text is concerned, I will just share, I'll just pick up today's or yesterday's newspaper, okay? And I will go back. I'm taking this particular article which came in yesterday's newspaper, I think. Okay, so I clicked it. Sorry. So I clicked one article in yesterday's Mumbai Mirror. This is Wednesday, sorry. Wednesday, December 2nd. So I just clicked this article. Now it is showing me all the other articles and all the other news reports which are there for this particular item. Can you see it? Some report in Germany, some report in Pune Mirror, Ahmedabad Mirror, Times of Malta, Denmark, CFJC Today, The Hindu. You see all the articles which are related to this automatically. I have not done anything. I have not searched for anything. This is the article that I saw originally. And automatically it has identified where all this particular article appeared. There may be different points of view. There may be different orientations, etc., etc. This is again very, very useful. A lot of times we get in newspapers or magazines, we find a barcode, correct? So you just point to it and click. What it says is, do you want to go to the website? I'll say yes, and it takes me directly to the website. Okay. Very simple, but very, very useful. I just clicked on the barcode, or I can even click on the ad and it will take me to the website which is relevant to that particular ad. So what you have options of website. You can copy the URL or you can share it. When you say share, what it allows you to do is straight away share it on any platform of your choice. You can say share it on WhatsApp, share it on Gmail, share it on Instagram, Evernote, etc., etc. So it's very, very simple, but very powerful. Are we getting this? Any questions so far? Because there's lots more in Google Lens. Just went there, pointed to this particular thing, and automatically it allows me to share it. Now this is a search. Now let us see what you can do with text. I am saying text, okay, and I am taking some text from anywhere. Maybe let me see if I can take this again, Urjit Patel's book, and I am pointing to one page, and I say okay, I say select all. So I am selecting the text. Now I am saying listen to this text.
5. The fifth Third Resolution. Rome stakeholders and commentators had proposed we should house stressed assets above a certain ticket site in a special purpose vehicle to sanitize the banking sector's balance sheet in one fell swoop, thereby freeing banks to make a new start for lending. There was a fair bit of discussion between the government.
Can you see this? The power of this? It is very simple. I just pointed to text anywhere in the book and I got it to actually read it out to me. That is number one possibility. I am just reading out the entire page. Number one possibility. Then I also have, once I take a photograph, then it gives me all the options. So I'll take a photograph. I can say select all, okay, and it gives me the entire text. It can read it out to me, number one, that is the listen option. I can copy the text, or I can copy it to my computer also. So this entire text which I have taken a photograph, I can copy it to my computer. Straight away what I do is I click on this, which computer you want to copy it on. I have got multiple computers connected to Google, so I'll say copy it to my laptop. And now where will it go? It will go and sit in my clipboard. So when I go to my machine, that is my laptop, and I go to Word and I just say paste, it will paste this entire text in text form, not even in an image form. Can you see how powerful this is? You can straight away copy any text from any document, make a Word document out of it, and straight away start using it. Very, very useful. I can straight away take anything from this. When I go to text, I can go to any place, I can go to any, I will go to the newspaper again, and I will say, okay, I want to copy this text, select all, and straight away I say copy to computer or listen, okay? Or I can just say copy text, means it will be in the clipboard of my current mobile phone. Copy to computer means it will go in the computer as a text which I can paste it anywhere. It may be a text file, it may be a Word file, it may be even an Excel file. Okay. So this is something which is very, very useful, very powerful. But ये तो copy हो गया. Now what happens when you want to translate? Obviously I have done all this copy and all is fine. So let me say translate. Okay, so I will go to my computer and open up something. One second. One second, I'll just open up something. So I'll start my Google Lens again. You can see my phone screen. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm pointing to a menu which is written in Chinese, and I'm saying translate. I have said auto detect, so I don't know what is the text here. I am just pointing to this. Can you see? It has translated the entire menu into English. The original menu was looking like this. This is what the original menu is. Okay? When I say translate, it converts everything to English. I want to translate it to a different language, I can translate it to a different language. Now this is Chinese. So I said, boss, Chinese to ho gaya. Chinese is very popular. What about any other language? I don't even know this language, boss. So I went here, I said translate. Now it identified that this is Japanese and it has translated from Japanese to English. Can you see how powerful this is? So you don't even have to do anything. You just go to a restaurant, point to the menu, and straight away get a translation automatically. Absolutely no problem. Okay. Now these are all translations and search, but let us see now in search what all you can search. Let me try something very simple. Now this is something from my kitchen garden I picked up, and I say search. Just 1 second. This is giving some. Okay, I took a leaf from my kitchen garden and it says it is peppermint. Can you see this? Very, very powerful, very simple, very useful. When I say search, I looked up this chair and I said search. So it found the chair where it is available, Flipkart, Amazon, etc., etc. Can you see this? It is so simple to search anything. If I just take a photograph of anything that I have in front of me, I have this box of a lamp. It will search that lamp and give me options where I can find it, what I can. And you see all the options that it gives me. Very, very simple but very powerful. So you have this search. Then you have something called homework. You guys are all sitting at home now with the kids. So I'll say homework. I'll take a problem. How to solve this problem? I just click on it. It will look at the result and it has found the answer. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you see how easily the problems are solved? I'll take another square root of 64 plus 7. I've taken some simple problems, but you can take complex problems also. I just tap on it, square root of 64 plus 7. So I'll say solve, and it will give me all the steps to solve it also. Square root of 64 is 8 plus 7, add the numbers 15, the solution is 15. Okay, it is as simple as that. I'm just pointing and clicking. I'm pointing to this problem. It is giving me the answer as 612. So it is 8 plus 2, 10. 10 square is 100 plus 512 is 612. Can you see how easily it is identifying the problem and solving it? So there is an option called homework, where you go to homework and you pick up any problem and you can straight away start. Take a photo of the homework question. It can be sign, 10, etc., etc. Very, very interesting. Then there is something called places. So if you go to say a picture and say, "Bhai, ye kahan hai?" Point at the building. So it has given you all the options for Taj Mahal. Okay. If you click on a picture of a building, yes, point at the building. Can you see all the options coming up straight away? And can you name this building? Sorry, it didn't take it properly. I'll have to go a little closer. Okay, it shows you the museum. So it's very simple to use Google Lens. What you can do is you can do a whole lot of things. You can take text, you can use text anywhere else. You can copy it, put it in your computer, put it in your phone, and use it over and over again. So Google Lens is a very powerful tool to use. Any questions on this so far? How to use Google Lens? You just download it and install it on your phone and straight away tap on it. There is nothing else that you have to do. You just download Google Lens from the Play Store. You go to Play Store, look for Lens here, search. You say Lens. Find Google Lens. In my case, it is already installed, so it is saying open. Otherwise, it will say download and install it, and automatically you can start using it. Once it is installed, you just go to that particular app and just tap on it, and it starts with a straight away camera which you can use, which you can move it around and search. There are lots of other options of shopping, etc., etc. It's a very simple app. You can use it on iPhone also. On Google Lens, you can now actually take photographs from within your phone also. So when you are searching stuff, you can search it through the camera, or you can search it through your phone also. If you go to Google on your, are you seeing Google on my phone? Yeah. So here also you have the option. Apart from that microphone that you had, you have a lens ka icon. So if I click on this, it starts Lens, and straight away again the same options I will get. Obviously you should have Google Lens installed, and automatically it will start using this. Isn't this cool? Yes, you require an app to share the phone screen, but that is not the topic of our discussion just now. Our topic of discussion is something different. I will answer this in the general questions. Okay, if the app is incompatible with your device, you may not be able to install it. You will have to check what are the devices. Normally with Android 4 and above, most of these work. But if it is an older phone, it may not work. So that is okay. Then general questions, we will take it later. Google Lens is available on iOS platform. Yes. Unfortunately, I am not very good on iOS, but you will have to look up on Google itself and find out Google Lens for iOS, and you will be able to find it. Okay, any other questions on Google Lens? Or else we go to the next part of it. Okay, so if there are no questions, we will go to Microsoft Office now. Now, Microsoft Office is now called as Office only. So you download an app called Office on your phone. So I will just search for Office on my phone. Can you see this icon here, Office? It combines everything, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everything is combined. So I will just click on this and Office starts. Okay, so I have a whole lot of stuff. I can, normal things I can do. I can create a note. Microsoft Office also has Lens. I also have Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So I can go and scan text. I can dictate. I can start with a blank document, or I can create a document from a template. I can scan a table in Excel. Somebody had asked me that option. Can I scan a table? Yes. And you can straight away take it in Excel. Now this is also very, very useful and very powerful. So let me just look up a table in a book, and I will show you how this is done. Okay, now this is our friend Urjit Patel's book, and I'm just saying scan table. Now you can see there is a table here in this book. So I'll just take a picture of this. It shows me the table, so I am just resizing the window to fit the entire table. Okay, are you with me? I have resized. I have selected the text and I am saying continue down below. Down, bottom down, you will see continue. Now what it does is it converts this entire thing into a table. I will say open it in Excel. Now this entire table is available in Excel in various cells. Some variations are there. There are text which is not very. Can you see this? I can go to any cell and I can change the text. Okay, instead of 8 I want to make it 9. I want to do something, I can do whatever I want to do. I can make it 80 and now my new spreadsheet is ready. I can save it as an Excel file and straight away start using it. Now this is very, very powerful. You can import directly into Excel any table. Are you with me on this? Any questions? So you have various options. You have image to text, that is one option. You have image to table, that is the second option. So we used image to table means you can extract a table from your picture into Excel directly. Image to text, you can extract text from your picture into a Word document straight away. There are other options also. I'm not going into the normal Word Excel because that everybody knows how to use Word and Excel. But this is an app on the phone which allows you to handle a lot of things. So there is an option called transfer files. Now see, this is also very, very simple. You can go to transfer.office.com on your computer and then you can decide whether you want to send or receive a file. When you say send a file, whatever the code comes on your computer, you will have to scan it once and then you can transfer files between your computer and your phone. Both ways, you can send it or you can receive it. Similarly, if you want to transfer files between to or from nearby phones, so if you also have Microsoft Office installed, I also have Microsoft Office installed, both of us will go to share nearby. One person will say send, another person will say receive, and you can select the file which you can share very, very easily. Very useful for sharing it from one phone to the other or from your phone to the computer or from the computer to your phone. You have image to text, you have image to table. You can sign, add your signature on a PDF. Now this is also very interesting. So if you have a PDF document, you just go to that document, just open that document. Okay, now you have a document here. So and now you want to sign somewhere. So it says tap where you wish to sign. So I say I want to sign it here. I have already pre-created my signature, or I can create a new signature. I just say this. See how nicely it has signed. Now I can resize it, I can make it smaller, I can reposition it, I can say I want to put it here, make it a little smaller still, and say OK. Once I say OK, this becomes a part of the PDF document. Down below, I have the option to share it. I can send it by WhatsApp, Gmail, whatever, and straight away I can share it. Very, very useful. You can write on PDF documents. Okay. Now, can you see what I did? There is a pencil icon here. So I clicked on the pencil icon and it allows me to select. Down below there are pens. So I'll select a red pen and I'm just scribbling with my finger on the screen. I can write whatever I want to write. I can say it is important or whatever. I can sign this. I can use a highlighter, yellow. Can you see the highlighter? I can highlight any stuff. Very, very useful. So I am actually writing on And then I have an eraser, so I can use the eraser. I can rub out whatever I have done or any mistakes I have made. I can erase it. I can use a black pen, red pen, blue pen, and a highlighter. Can you see how powerful this is? I just picked up a PDF file and I can do a whole lot of stuff on it. I can put my signature remains there. I did not save all the edits that I made, and I can even write on it by clicking on the pen, or I can even type text. So I can say type it here and I can start typing out here. This is cool. Can you see what I wrote? I can type anything, anywhere. I can edit it, I can delete it, whatever I want to do, I can do with it.
Sir,
Yeah.
can we attach digital signature on this PDF file?
This is your actual physical signature. Digital signature, if you have it on your phone, you should be able to attach. Yeah. If you have it on your phone, you should be able to attach it. Yes.
Okay, okay.
But normally people don't keep the digital signatures on the phone. But if you have it, yes, you can attach. So you can have a physical signature, you can annotate, you can write stuff, you can put text, etc., straight away on your PDF documents. Then you have option to scan to PDF directly. So if you have a document, you want to scan it to a PDF directly, you can convert pictures to PDF, you can convert document to PDF, you can convert PDF to Word. So everything is there. This app is called Microsoft Office. It's just called Office now. Okay. Then again, you have this option of scanning of QR code, which you saw in Lens also. So if Google does it, Microsoft says, "मैं भी कर सकता हूँ." So you can scan the QR code, you click on it, open up, and now it has found the QR code. You can say open this particular website, and straight away it allows you to go to the same website. Okay, so you have this option to scan the QR code also. And of course, you have the option to share it also, and all those other things are all there. Sorry, it's not going out. So again, I will go to Office. This is the app, and these are the actions we were talking of. Scan QR code. You can create surveys and other forms, just like you can create Google Forms. You can create a form from Microsoft Office also. And the last thing that we have is rehearse with coach. Now this is something interesting. If you do any PowerPoint presentations, you can actually do a rehearsal on your phone and see how it goes. I will just try to do it. See the bottom half of the screen. The top half is the actual presentation. The bottom half is how Microsoft evaluates what you are talking. So let us see how this evaluation with a coach is done. So I will pick up any presentation that I have online. So, sorry. So this is BCA. I did one presentation on Google and Gmail. So I am starting the session now. Today we are talking of productivity, which is being able to do things that you were never able to do before. Speed and accuracy are the two cornerstones of productivity. The agenda for today is Google, Gmail, website, and Android apps. Some important basics that we have to go through. You must get more done with the least effort. You also have to work hard, and you don't have to work hard, but you have to work smart. Google search, you can do a lot of things on Google search. Find my phone, calculator, translations, conversions, date of a holiday, definitions, flight schedules, recipes from ingredients, reminders, etc., etc. Now, when I finish this, it will give me the report. How did I do? So it says, good job rehearsing, keep up the hard work, 7 slides you have reversed. You didn't say too many filler words. Sometimes people keep on saying, what you call, you know, etc. So he's saying you did not use that. So that is good. You avoided reading the slide text aloud. So a good one is when you don't read the slide text and when you actually add to the contents. Your pace is just right. So whether you are speaking fast, slow, etc., all this is evaluated. And your average pace, pitch, you can go up and down in your pitch and see how well you have done. No sensitive phrases, no bad words found, speech refinements, and consider using concise language. When I say you have to work smart, you should say you must work smart instead of use. So can you see, it gives you a lot of tips on how to do your presentation. This part is, I found it very useful. You can rehearse with your coach, that is this option, practice your presentations with a presenter coach, which will allow you to actually do rehearsals live. And it will also give you answers, whether you are repeating words, whether you are saying the same words again and again, whether your pitch is right, whether your speed is right, etc., etc. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it bringing it to you. Let us come back to the questions. If you have any questions, we have time for a few questions today. Any questions in your question answers? Is this app free? Yes, the app is free. But if you have an Office 365 subscription, it is always useful. Office and Office 365 are the same app. Microsoft always confuses people with lots and lots of variations in their apps. So Office 365, if you have, it is online. You don't have to worry about it. Any other questions? If you want to just run through. Somebody was asking about how to share the phone screen. You can use a device on the phone itself which says mirror screen, and you can mirror the screen from your phone to the laptop. Any other questions? Recording Zoom seminar for future reference. The host will always have the rights to record it. So you will have to connect with your organizers and they will be able to share the, I hope you guys are recording it and sharing it with your members. So
Yes.
recording is always, yeah, sorry, I forgot to show my YouTube and other links. 1 second, I will just quickly show you all my So I have a YouTube channel where a lot of these and many more stuff is always being projected. We got more than 30-40 sessions on that so far. I'll just share my screen once more. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have a YouTube channel. I have a Zoom channel where we have free online sessions on first Friday of each month. Upcoming sessions and updates, you can connect with me on Telegram by using this link, t.me/tantratech. Past recordings of all sessions on YouTube on this link. And for more information, you can visit our website at www.tantratech.in, where all the information will be in one place. So we have been doing this session right from the time we started the pandemic lockdown. So from 1st April onwards, I have been doing a session every week on Fridays evenings. Our sessions are at 9:30 in the evening, and you can just take a photograph of this particular slide, which you can then refer to if you need. Yes, somebody is writing, today's proof that age is just a number. It has nothing to do with brain power of a person. Okay. I'm not very old yet, but any case, my age is 66, so that should be good enough to judge where we are. So Zoom session, my YouTube link, I have answered this. Any other questions you have? Excellent, helpful, all this is fine. If you have a feedback form, I would request the organizers to just share the feedback form with me so that we can improve the sessions over a period of time. Any other questions you have? Okay, then I think we should wind up. Thank you very much for having me, and I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. You can come for our Friday sessions. Join us on Telegram for constant updates. Join us on our website so you will get updates all the time. Thank you very much. Somebody is asking, what is the best way to master all the tricks? The best way is to keep on reading and practicing and attending sessions or watching YouTube and keeping yourself up to date all the time. There was a time when I was actually working in industry as a chartered accountant, and I got so engrossed in computers and the tricks that we do that I started changing my career, and I started with straight away doing computers only. Thank you very much. Mr. Vasa, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's our pleasure, and this is a really very interactive session. Lot to learn from this session, sir. Mr. Vijay will just, I think he must have got disconnected. Yeah, his power has gone.
Oh, acha.
So I hope all the participants must have enjoyed this session. And now I will propose hardly vote of thanks to the CA Yazdi Tantarji. It's my great privilege and honor. Sorry, it's my privilege and honor to propose heartily vote of thanks to the learned speaker of this session, CA Yazdi Tantarji. I, on behalf of Borivali Central CP Study Circle, extend heartily vote of thanks to CA Yazdi Tantarji for sharing his views and knowledge in respect of productivity tools and app for chartered accountants. In this session, he has explained us the basic app which we can use in our day-to-day function, and it will help us to enhance the productivity, specifically how to use the various features in Google, then various extension related to hotkey dictation in Gmail, then best use of Google Translator, specifically then in mobile phones, which is our main use of our day-to-day activity, in which we can use Google Lens, then how to use the Office. With this, all these productivity tools, it will help us to enhance our productivity and our speed of the work in day-to-day activity. With this now, I propose our hearty vote of thanks to CA Yadi Tantraji, and I request all the members to propose virtual hearty vote of thanks to our speaker. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Mr. Vijay, would you like to say something?
It was a wonderful session, sir, and we could learn more and more things about the various apps like Proki, Dictation, Google Translate, Google Lens, etc. But it was such a wonderful session it was, sir. So, Jawad, can you
Yeah,
propose?
vote of thanks has been given.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wish you all
Thank
the
you.
best
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
and have fun with computers.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, sure. Sir.